Hi, I'm David McQuillan, a senior specialist on ATG's reality capture team. Take a look at our footage from our recent reality capture demo day, where Josh Hunter walks us through an unboxing of the latest of Leica's laser scanning products, the BLK2GO.
New BLK2GO. So almost kind of like a YouTube unboxing video, just kind of want to break down what all comes with the device. You have this great rugged carrying case, which does carry all 3 batteries that come with the BLK. So each battery gives you about 45 minutes worth of scan time, which we'll go over that in a little bit later. But it can all hold in this one device. Next, you have this lovely lanyard that actually plugs into the bottom of the scanner here. So while you're scanning, just for safety purposes, you want to have that on your wrist just in case you drop it or anything like that. It will catch it, and then it just quickly push down and it pops right back out. So
yeah, so if you remember the days back of the Nintendo Wii there, you definitely don't want to be throwing this expensive device around. It's nice and light and nice and compact, but you definitely don't want to bounce off the ground.
Exactly. The Wii controller is about $50. This is far more than that. Yeah. So, all right. Next, we have the charging base here. The cable's over there, but it'll actually charge all the batteries at once and give you a light indicator here. Orange is charging, green is obviously full.
So Josh, just kind of curious, not sure if you know or not, does this charge all 4 batteries at the same time, or is it one after the other just inside of the base station?
I believe so it charges all of them, but most of the amperage goes to one battery at a time.
Okay, so it just cycles through them. It's not a synchronous charger where they're all 4 at the same time.
Correct.
Okay, cool. So do we know any idea on the charge time on those batteries?
You know, I do not right off the top of my head. I do know from experience it's not that long. I've been on a job and put a battery on there, and what seemed to have been a short amount of time, it was back up in green. But again, I couldn't tell you exact numbers. So
cool. Okay.
But, next, take this now. Is the hockey puck, is what we call it. So this right here, you'll take on every job with you. Every scan, no matter where you're at, your very first scan, you want to start on the base station here. What that does is it allows to level the scan for you. Now, the claim to fame on the BLK2GO is the fact that it uses SLAM technology, which is simultaneously localizing and mapping. So these cameras that you see all around the device, what that does is not only does it take panoramic pictures, but it's also localizing and mapping itself so it knows where it's at all times. So it's registering as you go. But the very first scan, you at least want to get it leveled.
Cool. So nothing to do registration-wise afterwards. Everything just happens on the device. Everything's put together. Because of the fact that we're not taking individual scans, we're moving throughout space and just collecting the data as it goes.
You betcha. So last but not least, it does not come with the device. I wish it did, but it does not. Is an iPhone. So right now it is only Apple compatible, only iPhone compatible. You can use an iPad with the iPhone app version on the iPad, but it is not optimized for the iPads yet, and not optimized for Android. So you do have to have an iPhone.
And to be clear, when you said not optimized for Android, that means there is not an Android app available at all. So it is only an iOS, and again, only for the iPhone at this time, although you could install it on the iPad. Might not work as effectively as it used to.
Correct, and if I remember right, I believe it's iPhone 7 and above, maybe even iPhone 8 and above. So you can't just purchase a cheap little iPhone 5 and expect it to work. So
don't forget the budget for the iPhone if you don't have one to keep in the case.
You betcha, and it does not need to have cellular service or anything like that.
That's great.
Yep. The next thing is kind of going back to the BLK2GO itself. Unlike the BLK 360 and the RTC 360, there is not a high, medium, and low setting. It just continuously shoots 420,000 points per second, which is nice considering the BLK 360's highest setting is 360,000 points per second. So going back to kind of everything to go with the BLK2GO is in regards to time. So there is no hardware numbers as far as gigabytes of storage. But what Leica has said is they've said that it has 24 hours of uncompressed data storage, 24 hours compressed data storage and 6 hours uncompressed data storage. Now, for those of you that are traditional tripod scanners, you're used to, 6 hours is definitely not going to be enough time for a project. For example, our floor here is about 10,000 square feet. BLK 360 on the medium setting, we did about 4.5 hours. But to put that into perspective of this, we did the same 10,000 square foot footage with this, and it was only 25 minutes. So you can get quite a bit of square footage in a short amount of time. So.
Yeah, and that's, something we need to think about with this device is, you're not taking a bunch of stationary scans. You're literally just walking through a space. So I think, collection time, you're looking at about 10% of the time to collect with a BLK to go as you are with a BLK 360.
Correct.
So, 45 minutes of scanning with a BLK to go is a tremendous amount of data versus 45 minutes, which is just going to be, half a dozen scans with another scanner. So, correct.